Hi everyone, we are in the craft room and we are going to be making a bird nest Christmas ornament for the tree. And we're going to be using liquid starch, and I have a small balloon and I have it sitting on a cup. And I have it in a tray so I can move it around because I'm usually working on about 10 things at once. And we have embroidery floss, and I bought it in 3 different colors, 2 darker browns and a tan. And now that I'm doing that, I'm realizing that's not the order I wanted to do it in. So let me go with the medium color first. And remember, what you always want to do is unwind the embroidery floss into the starch. Do not throw the whole thing of embroidery floss in there all willy-nilly, or you'll never get it out right. It'll be all tangled up. Now make sure you keep the end out. And all you're going to do is, it's all soaked in there. Move this a little closer. And all you're going to do is kind of wind it around the balloon. Now you're not going all the way around the balloon because obviously it's a nest. So you want to decide how far up you want it to go. And then kind of, oops, you're going to kind of just lay it on there. I think I want to go that far. And nests are not neat, so don't think that you need perfect lines or anything like that. As you can see, I've got parts of it kind of bagging and gathering and stuff like that, and I'm not even remotely worried about that. And it's pretty nice and thick. And then go ahead and manipulate a little bit if it's not quite how you want it to be, or if you think something needs to be, you know, tucked in a little bit or pulled down a little bit. And remember, this first one doesn't need to be solid because you have 2 other colors still coming. So that's the first one, and now I'm going to do the one that I originally started, the lighter color. I'm going to do the same process. Okay, when you have that all saturated, then you're going to do the exact same thing with this color. And the reason that I have this color now, I'm kind of sandwiching it in between the 2 darker colors because I kind of wanted to just highlight and show through here and there, because when birds make nests, they're not using the same color of everything necessarily, and it'll give it just a little bit more character. And that is the second layer, and now we're going to do the final color, which is going to be the darker one again. And I really like the lighter one more than I thought. So you could do this in any color. You could do a bunch of light colors, dark colors, whatever you want. Okay, now, oops, once you're done, kind of give it a tap to kind of get everything straight. Adjust it as you think it needs to be, and then I'm just going to set it aside to dry. And depending on your humidity level, the temperature, and all that, depends on how long it'll take. So I'm gonna assume I'm gonna let it dry all night, but it might be done. It's pretty early in the morning. It might be done later today. We're back to pop the balloon on the nest so we can move further with our ornament. And I'm just going to take a skewer and pop it, because it's attached on there pretty good. And then it will pull away all by itself. And here it is. So there's our nest, and we're going to put a couple eggs in there. I painted a couple eggs green because I think that'll show up better. And I have a couple ideas of what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is embellish these a little bit more. Now what I'm going to do with the eggs is I'm going to just take some white glue and make polka dots. When I do polka dots, I usually do like the configuration of a dice that would have a 5 on there, because that makes it look random and you don't end up bunching everything up. So once I get my polka dots on there, and I'm only going to do it on the top half because I'm going to hot glue them into the nest on the bottom half. I have some very fine red glitter, and all I'm going to do is drop it into the glue. And when it dries, you can sweep off the rest with like a paintbrush. So I'm going to put this aside to dry, do the other one, and then I'm going to have another piece to do to put into the nest. I'm going to make a little sign to go into the nest after the eggs are dry and they're all glued in there. And it says "Gone Christmas Shopping." So what I've done on a piece of cardstock is I printed it out in like a handwritten font and in different sizes to see how big I would want it. And I think I like this size. And I have no idea what font size it is. It's probably like 14 or 16 or something. And I'm taking some decorative scissors, and you don't have to take decorative scissors. You can just take, you can just tear it. But I am going to take a red, because I am going with Christmas colors. I'm going to take a red Sharpie marker, and what I do like to do is when I make signs or something like that, I like to give it an edge, because it kind of gives it an outline. It makes it look a little bit better, I think. So here's my cardstock sign, and what I need is a stick, and I'm going to use a toothpick. And all I'm going to do is hot glue that onto there, and then that'll be able to go into the nest. Then all you're going to do is take your toothpick and your sign, throw a little hot glue on there, put your toothpick in there. I like to throw a little hot glue on top so it's pretty well encapsulated. And then what I generally will do is throw some glitter on there, and I'll just do some clear glitter. No reason you couldn't do red or green or whatever. And I'll tap it in there. So there's a sign that we're going to be putting into the nest. But I'm not going to do that until I take care of a couple of other things. And the first thing I'm going to do is we need to figure out a way to attach this. And my thought is that we're going to attach it to maybe a limb of a tree, or you could do it on a potted plant. You could put it in a lot of different places. So I'm going to take my wire cutters and cut a piece of wire. It probably doesn't matter what gauge it is. This is just what I happen to have handy. Zoom out. And I'm going to feed it, because there's holes in the bottom of the nest. So I'm just going to feed it through, and there it's come through, and that will allow us to attach the nest to a limb. But I am going to put some hot glue on there, and you do want to get it in the middle as well as you can. Okay, and then I have it in there, and I'm going to put some hot glue on there just to kind of keep it a little bit stable. So we'll let that cool, and I'll sit it just on top of a glue bottle to let it dry. Okay, working on parchment paper, I have the sign, and because it's obviously winter, I want it to kind of have like that icy sheen over it. So I'm using triple thick and a brush, and I'm working on the parchment paper for a couple of reasons, but mainly because I can't really get anything to stick on parchment paper, so it's perfect. So I just paint right across it, and it's wonderfully thick, so you only will need to do this once. And it kind of levels itself. Now you can do the other side also. I like to protect both sides. And you have your choice now. You can lay it down on your parchment paper because it won't stick. Or you could just stick it into like a styrofoam ball or something, or a little glass, something to just kind of keep it upright so it can dry. Okay, we are back with the nest, the Christmas ornament nest, and our eggs are dry, and we're going to place them in here, and we're going to attach it with hot glue. So do the first one. I'll put the hot glue, and the second one. So when we have those in there, we can add the sign. Okay, here's our sign, and you want to kind of find a place to stand it, and that seems a little tall, so I'm going to break that off. And I think I want it right in between the eggs like that. So a lot of hot glue, put the stick right in there, and let it cool. It's looking cute, but it is winter time, so what I like to do for things that are winter is I use this slick white dimensional fabric paint, and I use that as a little snow accent. And then on top of it, I have this diamond glitter fabric paint, dimensional fabric paint. I put that on top of it. So all I'm going to do, any place where I might have some hot glue that I dripped, or anywhere there might be little snow, maybe, you know, on the edge of the nest here or there. And then you're going to let that dry. And as soon as that's dry, you will put on this right over it. Just put the glitter fabric paint on it, and then it looks kind of icy and everything. The bird nest ornament is all finished, and if you can see, the glitter diamond stuff is on top of the white and on the white snow paint. I just want to give you one more option. You can keep the wires as long as they're as short as you want, and just twist that onto, if, let's say you're going to put it in the Christmas tree, you can twist it around a branch. Your other option too is a bamboo skewer. You can put it up in there, hot glue it, take the wires, wrap it around, and you can trim it down as much as you want or don't want. And you can always stick it like in a potted plant, or, you know, a house plant or something like that, or in an arrangement. You could do that as well. I hope you like it. Hope you give it a try. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Happy crafting, happy holidays, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.